Before we discuss the words you see behind me, I'm going to ask you a question. Can requesting the leader of a country to meet the families of terror victims be considered blackmail? Let me rephrase that. If families of terror victims request their Prime Minister to meet them, would you call that request blackmail? In Pakistan, some would, including the said Prime Minister. Now let me show you some images. These are from Quetta, Balochistan. These people belong to the Hazara community, a Persian-speaking Shia minority group in Pakistan. They're sitting in protest against the killing of 11 members of their community. 11 innocent coal miners slaughtered by the Islamic State with no reason besides their faith and belief. The families have been protesting for 6 days, mothers, sisters, daughters, all on a sit-in for 6 days in freezing temperatures. They have just one demand. They want the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan Niazi, to come and meet them. How has Mr. Khan responded to these demands? He has called these requests blackmail. He wants these families to stop blackmailing him, he says. You must listen to this.
किसी भी मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इस तरह की ब्लैकमेल नहीं करते, क्योंकि ये एक मुल्क का जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर था, हर कोई ब्लैकमेल करेगा। फिर सबसे पहले तो ये जो डाकुओं का टोला है कि जी हमारे सारे करप्शन के केसेस माफ करो, नहीं तो हम गवर्नमेंट गिरा देंगे, ये भी तो ब्लैकमेल चल रही है 2.5 साल से। तो इसलिए ये बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि जब सारी डिमांड भी मान ली है, और मैंने उनको कहा है कि जैसे ही आप उनको दफनाएंगे मैं कोयटा आऊंगा और लवाइकीन के साथ मिलूंगा।
You heard that. I'm being blackmailed, says the Prime Minister. 11 Hazaras are held at gunpoint, blindfolded, shot at, their throats are slit, their families refuse to bury them. They say they will do so only after the Prime Minister meets them, and all they want is reassurance that the Hazaras will be safe in Pakistan, and Imran Khan calls it blackmail. This, by the way, is the same leader who in 2013 sat on a dharna, a sit-in protest, after 52 Hazara Muslims were killed in a series of targeted bombings across Quetta. He had blamed the then Pakistan government for the killings. He also demanded a resignation. He was an opposition leader then. Today he is the Prime Minister. A lot of water has flown under the bridge in these 7 years. Look at this.
जिम्मेदार इसका आसिफ जरदारी इस मुल्क का सदर है, उसने अपने एक करप्ट आदमी को जो रेंटल पावर में है उसको प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाया हुआ है। सारी पावर उसके हाथ में है। वो क्या कर रहा है? वो क्यों पावर में बैठा हुआ है? वो कितनी दफा वो बलूचिस्तान आया है?
किसी भी मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इस तरह की ब्लैकमेल नहीं करते, क्योंकि ये एक मुल्क का जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर था, हर कोई ब्लैकमेल करेगा। फिर
We're not done with the story yet. Here's something else that Imran Khan might eventually call blackmail. Bangladesh has asked Pakistan to apologize for the 1971 genocide, a genocide carried out by West Pakistan on East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, during the 1971 Liberation War. This genocide claimed the lives of at least 300,000 people. More than 200,000 Bengali women are said to have been raped. The actions were supported by Jamaat-e-Islami, which continues to exist in Pakistan to this day. This radical outfit declared the women of Bangladesh public property. This was a systemic campaign of rape. It's been 50 years and Dhaka wants Islamabad to apologize. The message has been conveyed by Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Mohammad Shahriar Alam to the Pakistani envoy Imran Ahmad Siddiqui. The development comes as Bangladesh marks 50 years of its independence. It wants Pakistan to issue an apology. Will Imran Khan call this blackmail too? There's a good chance he might, and we won't be surprised if he does. And do remember, the protests in Balochistan and the message from Bangladesh come at a time when the FATF sword is hanging on Pakistan. The Financial Action Task Force is going to review Pakistan's performance. The anti-terror watchdog will be meeting later this month. It will review if Pakistan should remain in the grey list or should be promoted to the blacklist for terror financing. So what has Islamabad done to avoid a blacklisting? The obvious. It has arrested yet another terrorist. Zakiur Rahman Lakwi this time, the commander of Lashkar-e-Toiba. He's been sent to prison on charges of terror funding. Pakistan thinks this will be enough to save face at the FATF, but it won't be. The pattern and timing of these arrests says a lot about the seriousness of Pakistan in combating terror. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.